Hello, everybody. Welcome to Port Center Spotlight. This is Andrew Murata, Director of Communications and Academic Services here at the Port Jervis School District in Port Jervis, New York. We're excited to have this presentation coming to you. This is our new podcast. We're going to be interviewing and meeting Port Jervis people, Port Jervis students, staff, alumni, employees, and more. So we're excited about it and certainly grateful for the opportunity. And I'm grateful for the first show to be with senior Noemie Florant. Noemie's here with us, and she just completed a TED Talk, Oneonta, New York.
Yes.
Welcome, Noemie, and thank you for doing this.
Thank you for inviting me onto Port Center Spotlight, Mr. Murata.
Yeah, awesome.
Pleasure.
Let's get right into it. We're going to learn about you, but let's start.
Okay.
How was the TED Talk last Friday, the 15th or the 22nd?
The 15th.
The 15th, September 15th, Oneonta, New York. We're going to include the link to her TED Talk. How was it?
It was definitely an experience to remember. What I went through over those past couple of days makes me want to do something like that all over again.
Wow.
The people there were so amazing. Even if I was the youngest one there, I was a bit nervous. Everyone there was so nice, and they honestly treated me as their equal, which was really great.
Awesome. Okay. And what would you say, Noemie, was the most difficult thing to prepare for? Was it writing the speech? Was it memorizing it? Was it delivering it? What was the most challenging?
I would definitely say delivering it because I am somewhat of a perfectionist. So I would videotape myself going over the speech and I'd microanalyze my movements to make sure that I'm powerful at certain moments to accent certain quotes that I need to, certain points. And it would just rinse and repeat, just keep doing the motions, mainly memorizing the motions and delivering the speech.
And how many times would you say that you did record it?
I started rehearsing since July,
Wow.
and I've been practicing at least twice a day for almost every day. So I would say like closer to 100, well over 80.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We hope you take a look at it, Port Jervis. She was phenomenal. We're very proud of her. There was a laugh about 2/3 of the way through. Something happened and you laughed and the crowd laughed and it kind of broke the tension. How did that feel when that happened?
I think I handled it pretty well. It was unexpected because the first sentence of my conclusion was, "Now I'd like you all to clap," and I think the audience took that as to clap immediately,
Yeah.
like when I was mid-sentence.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was honestly shocked at how well I was able to bring myself back because I thought I was going to get thrown off track, completely forget the rest of my conclusion, but I actually took a little pause, like I laughed a little, took a little pause, then went right back into it.
It was
Close
perfect.
it. Yeah.
It was so good. Again, 17 years old. She's a senior here with us in Port Jervis. We are extremely proud of you.
Thank you, Mr. Murata.
Yeah. So, Noemie, tell us a little bit about yourself. You transferred to here, Port Jervis. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
So I transferred here last year, my junior year. I came from O'Neill, it's an hour away by West Point. And it was definitely a challenging school, but now I'm here. I get to lay back a little bit on the stress of academics, work more onto things I'm passionate about, which was why I was able to do this.
Yeah. And what was the idea of the TED Talk? Like, what the kids want to go play video games, they want to go shopping. You wanted to do a TED Talk. Where did that inspiration come from?
Just from the books that I was reading. My family would give me gift cards, and I like to collect them all, stack them up, and then I buy a bunch of books. One of the books I bought was by Amy Webb about the big tech machines with AI, and she had a very pessimistic view on AI, and I was wondering why. So I researched about it, and I was quite shocked that AI was allowed to function the way it has been when it's biased and used so much in society. So I was like, let's see what we can do. I looked at activists. The biggest activist was Dr. Joy Bulanwini. She's an AI activist, and she has also given a TED Talk. So I was like, why not I also give a TED Talk following her footsteps?
Wow.
Yeah.
And when that idea hit you, did you tell your parents? Did you just start kind of writing your presentation? What did you do when you kind of got that inspiration?
I put an entire day into my application, just writing a demo of my speech, even just knowing what specifically I'm going to talk about, because Dr. Bolamwini talks about algorithmic bias as a whole, and I didn't want to talk about that because that would just be a copy. So I had to look for a unique angle that I never explored before, which was children. So that required a lot of research that entire day, which is why it took an entire day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So now that it's all said and done, how do you feel? Were you pleased with it? Where are you at right now?
I'm actually very pleased with my talk. I even impressed myself with it. I didn't think I would do that well. But I would say that a lot of people have been reaching out to me. One person has actually reached out to me who's a PhD candidate to help out with her research. So I'll be helping collaborate with her over the school year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did this affect your plans? I mean, I'm going to ask you now about what you're doing next year. Going to be graduating. Did this, you think, might have changed the course of where you're going?
No, I would say it definitely strengthened
Oh.
my course of where I'm going.
Okay.
Like it showed how much I'm dedicated to this,
Mhm.
showed how far I could go in this, and I should really put myself into computer science and AI and data science and all those good things. Yeah.
So what is your plan? Where are you looking to go?
I'm planning on going to one of the top universities in the country. And I'm either going to Boston or I'm going to New York or Cornell, or I'm going to MIT or UPenn. Those are my top schools, but I also love to go to Northeastern because I love their broad programs. And I'd love to see how different algorithmic bias in AI could be in different countries, especially China.
Boston's a great town.
Yeah.
Not too far from here.
Yeah.
But whether it's Philadelphia, New York, you're all a couple hours away. And
Yeah.
you're going to major in computer science?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully, I will be able to minor in AI or data science. Yeah.
And where are you with your application process and that kind of stuff?
I have put most of my information in. Now I'm just writing my essays. I'm just sitting thinking. Last night I was thinking for like 2 hours just on what topics I would choose to write about for my essays.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are you including the TED Talk link in your applications?
Definitely.
Like, hey, I
Yes.
gave this TED Talk? Yeah.
Yes, of
Wow.
course. Yeah.
Wow. Incredible. Well, for our alumni base, whether you're out there, we have kids at Cornell now, we have kids in Boston. If you're out there and you're watching this, reach out to us, and we'd love to connect you with Noemie. And certainly, people making recommendations and things like that always help. But you're a star on your own. You're not going to need a lot of help from outside. That's awesome. Well, Noemie, there's going to be a lot of people that watch this that, maybe will have something that they want to do. It might not necessarily be a TED Talk. It might be a running that race or reading that book or some big goal. What would you say in terms of making a goal, working towards that goal, and then achieving it and nailing it?
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who maybe is sitting there thinking they can't do it or they're not good enough to do it?
I would say that if you're struggling with your goal because you think it is too drastic, maybe you should try not to think about being the best at whatever you're doing. Think about being the only one who is doing whatever it is you're doing. Because then you will not have any FOMO if you have a goal similar to everyone else. Have a goal, for instance, where I want to go to these top schools to learn about algorithmic bias and AI. Have a specific goal instead of just saying that you want to go to MIT, because then it will be more difficult for you to reach those goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Wow. And was it the book that triggered this? Were you thinking about it anyway? What was it? What was it that gave you this focus? Because a lot of people would say, "Well, I don't really know what it is I want to do." They don't have that focus. So, what would you say to that?
I would say it was books, movies, documentaries. I mean, the book honestly kickstarted everything, and then it was a snowball effect.
Yeah.
Then I'd look at the people who are involved and what they're doing. There's so many people out there, and I was thinking, I want to be one of those. So I just kept working up to it. Yeah.
Noemie, you've been here over a year in Port. Has there been some people here that have really made an impact on you? Have you been able to, in that short time, develop some relationships, whether it's with students or adults here, that have really kind of helped you on your way?
I would definitely say in the tech field, Mr. Isaac and Mrs. Westbarnes. I spent the most time with them, especially for robotics. They're the reasons why we were able to go to the state championships and all that. And my friends, I would say top are Avery and Yassine because they're the most excited. They're the most excited to hear about my achievements. They're the ones who are actually asking me, "What do you have going on?"
Yeah.
Because I'm usually not so open to telling everyone because I don't want to brag. But
Sure.
they're the ones who support me, and they always tell me, "Just talk about what you do because they're big achievements."
They grabbed you in the hallway here after our first interview before
Yeah.
the show, which I screwed up there. And I do see Mr. Hyziak out there
Yeah,
right now on cafeteria duty. Yeah. So, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. You got involved in those programs, and you're doing robotics again this year?
Of course.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're going to try to go to Worlds this time.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We're bringing a program here, Noemie, Project Lead the Way, that is going to be heavily involved in robotics. It's going to be heavily involved in creating pathways for students for computer science.
Awesome.
So I might be reaching out to you as an alum to help bring that back about the importance of doing this work. So, okay. Well, this has been great. Is there any shout outs that you want to give out? Is there anything that you wanted to share that I did not ask?
Let's see. That's a good question. I would say that, once again, if you feel like you can't do anything, try to find out the only thing that you can do, or try to find the intersectionality between two things you really enjoy. Let's say you enjoy art and computer science, for instance. You can find that intersection and create something that you actually enjoy instead of creating something just for the sake of creating something. And another piece of advice, specifically for public speaking, is to remember that if you make a mistake, no one is going to remember. And they probably won't even notice. You're the only person who will notice that you made a mistake, or the person you've been rehearsing with. And everybody will think you did so amazing, so don't fret over it too much.
You did. You did do so amazing. And even the thing with the clap, and again, you talked about that was great because he laughed. It was perfect. Yeah. Wow. Hey, Spirit Week this week, pep rally, things like that. You getting involved with it?
Yeah, I got my tie-dye on.
Yeah.
Been helping out, especially last week for the pep rally. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And will you go to the homecoming events, all that kind of stuff?
Yes, I'm planning on going. It's my last year, of course.
Yeah. Gotta enjoy that stuff. Yeah. Enjoy the journey. Wow. Well, Noemie, we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
You've opened a lot of eyes here. We're so glad you joined the Port Jervis family, and that you're here for your senior year, and certainly looking forward to hearing more about your accomplishments. So a word to our alumni and our students and our staff out there. If you're doing great things, you know of somebody doing great things, we want to celebrate it here on Port Center Spotlight. And again, what a great way to start with Noemie here. Just super proud of you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We wish you the best here as you move on. And we really appreciate you joining us. Check out her TED Talk. The link is here. The link is on our website. It's about at the 6:30, 6:40 mark, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So go there and check her out. Leave her a positive review. Leave her a positive comment. And if you like this show, leave us a positive review and a positive comment. Awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah. This is Senior Noemie Florant here on our first episode of Port Center Spotlight. Again, highlighting the great things happening in Port Jervis, outside Port Jervis, staff, students, alumni, and more. So we're really looking forward to that. Noemie, good luck to you.
Thank you.
How about we end with a Go Port?
Go Port.
Go Port. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Noemie, we wish you the best of luck. You are going places, and happy that you're connected with Port Jervis.
Thank you. Me too. I'm very happy I'm here. Yeah.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
All right.